Hello everybody, welcome back to Language, Litigation, and Integration Part 108, Casual Conversations 40. We got more typical episode of this type. Got talking points, current events. We've got a breathtaking debate going on through the human species of what is a woman. This is a very complicated answer, so we'll be exploring that. But other talking points, random stuff, current events, what's going on in the world. War is still raging on, which is pretty good. That's what we like. Again, I saw airstrike killed 300 Ukrainian civilians the other day. That's pretty good. That's what you want to go for. Again, remember, the thing that limits violence is education everywhere. Whatever your 2-person group, 5-person group, 50, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, million, 10 million, a billion people do, whatever people around you do, that's what everyone else is going to do. So, if the Ukrainian universities were to publish a science paper, that would help your citizenship profoundly more. But again, the world can unify to suppress scientific information, start insurrections, global pandemics, and didn't start global pandemics, and war. So that's good. That's really good job, human beings. Round of applause for everybody. I saw Mike DeWine on the state of the state. I think you guys should get a better title for that, be less redundant with the words. But the state of our great state is strong, says Mike DeWine. Yeah, okay, we'll see how that works when I see you guys for violating my constitutional rights at the price of unprecedented wealth in human history. We'll see how strong the balance sheet's looking then, Mike. So remember, anyone who takes office in any meaningful position of anywhere in my where I live is being sued instantly. So whoever's running for mayor this year, if you get reelected and I'm still not published, you get sued the instant you take office. I saw the big homie Elaine Bryant. She can't even wear the Columbus police uniform because she hasn't passed the police test. So you can be the police commissioner as long as before you can even be a police officer. That's really fucking interesting. By interesting, I mean fucking stupid. But here, our great state of Ohio is a bunch of inbred fucking trash. That's what the fuck it is. But let's start off with the big, my nigga Katanji. She was getting pressed. She was getting pressed on the motherfucking stand, yo. So I'm gonna stand up to our people. One love, one brother, one sister, one love. So what is a woman? It's a reproductive system, right? Balls and penis equal man. Vaginas, uteruses equal woman. What does your reproductive system produce? That's the whole answer, right? I was just watching briefly the Dark Horse from yesterday. I only watched brief amount, bit of it, but what was I going to say from there? Oh, Heather, I guess Hying. It's Hying. Heather Hying, not Hang. It looks like Hang. Can't fault me there. It's A with ing. It's like Hang. But Heather Hying says that there aren't actual human hermaphrodites, just meaning 2 full-fledged functional reproductive systems. Meaning, when I said before in this series, a hermaphrodite being born with male and female parts, still, again, as a biological evidence of the body not differentiating completely or correctly, or, again, those are actual genetic errors. But, that's the motivation for transgender, is, again, the hormone imbalance. But what gender are you? What sex are you? What reproductive organs do you have? What gametes do you produce? I agree with Heather there. But you don't need, she gives a 15-minute long, busts out this big old book, and you can just bust it open, Heather. You don't need to bust open that book. Just pop it. Just pop that shit. But the dictionary definition she gives is an adult human female. But female means woman, and woman means uterus, vagina, labiums, the vulva, and eggs. Not the kind you eat, the kind that comes out of your fallopian tubes. That is the entire question there. But my girl Katanji, she says, her exact words were, no, not in this context, I'd rather refer to a biologist. Again, what is going on, everybody? We're all aware, I get on CNBC, Andrew Ross Sorkin's we're all becoming really aware of language. No, you're becoming really aware of proof, of logical extensions of proof. And then you go sit around with your own group of people. Again, we push Brett out. We don't publish his paper. And then we have no understanding of, again, the millions of theorems you've never read and I can't even write down. And then we start talking about nonsense again. So, but Heather's definition was roundabout but correct, but you don't need a bunch of words. Like, my point is, Katanji's aware of me, and no, I have to refer to a biologist. No, it's just penis and vagina, penis or vagina, balls or vagina. It's just not really complicated. If there's a big thing in your pants that looks like this, then you're a dude. If there's not, then you're a female. Right? I don't know. This is an absolute carnival. But like if how about if a dude with a dick gets breast implants? Is that a female? No. Still producing sperm. Still a male. It's a dude with tits. So, but again, the imbalance of the hormone is the motivation for true transgenderism. But if you're transgender, if you're transitioning, and you have a dick, and you produce sperm, you dress up as a woman, I call you, I'll use your right pronouns if I'm in person trying to be polite, again, practical dude. I don't give a shit about stirring the pot, really. So, but in reality, I don't give a fuck about pronouns. Absolutely identify transgender as a real thing. But dude dresses up as a woman, says he's a woman, that's a dude. Once he transitions, once he gets the surgery, and now even if it's a fake vagina, if it's producing the right gametes, the right cells to have a reproductive system, then that's biologically a woman. So that is the entire conversation there. But that's a good lead-in, because the first podcast we'll be responding to is Patrick Bet David, number 136, with Fresh and Fit. And they're like womanizers, or they host a podcast, that their words, not mine, but they host a podcast. They just talk about relationships, dating, sex with men and women, and they also do like business stuff. But on the PBD podcast, I watched the whole thing on that one, and number 137 with Leon Cooperman. But I guess Fresh and Fit were supposed to be controversial or something. I saw nothing controversial about anything they said, and I think Patrick Bet also said the same type of thing. So the first thing from there are Fresh and Fit, are, I don't know who's who, but it's like a tall, thin black guy, or like Middle Eastern kind of skin tone, and then a dude from Barbados, definitely black dude. But the taller, thin one, or like the more Middle Eastern looking one, his thing was competence, then accomplishments, then confidence. Meaning you can do something, you get something done, and now you feel better about approaching people or yourself because you've got something done. Hilarious. Here's how mine goes. Competence. Offend people for having confidence. Scapegoat. 20 years have not changed. Sweet. But genuinely fucking hilarious. It's like, again, being on the outside looking in, how I have competence, I have a lot of accomplishments, and I don't even say I have confidence. Like I'm not gonna say that, because I'm not an alpha, I'm not look at me, I'm gonna lead. If you don't know how to behave, you're gonna pick up on my behavior, but I'm not gonna be the loudest guy in the room, I'm not gonna back down from anything. And so as that confidence, I don't know, it's secure, it's being stable, it's being secure with who I am. But yeah, no, the thing you want to do is not get scapegoated. Don't want to offend the other males in your group that exist around you because you exist, and then they realize how competent you are, and then it's like, oh my gosh, that's not fair, he's got better chances at breeding rights, and then they push you out, and then all the females pick up on that energy, and of course they're not going to touch the diseased animal Brad. Right, again, super virgin Brad over here, the taller one, I think what's called Fresh is the taller one, and Fit is the Barbados dude. Fresh was like, I was a loser, I was a virgin until I was 18. I'm 28 and a half, haven't had a Tinder match in a solid 3 to 6 months now. I swipe every single day. So yep, competence, accomplishments, confidence, nah, just don't get scapegoated. Just don't get scapegoated, which that's me and nobody else pretty much. Marriage or be single. Would I use a prenuptial agreement to protect wealth? Again, I 100% want to be married, and to me, marriage, like the actual state of marriage, companionship, respect, literally, marriage to me is being physically attracted to me and wanting to spend time with me. That's marriage, respect. But the actual ceremony, I would certainly like to have a ceremony. It means nothing in terms of blessing the marriage. Has some legal consequences if you're married. But I would love to have a ceremony, but the bond or the sacrament of marriage does not exist. But I would like to be married, and I think being single is truly, again, the fit guy even talks about you went on this date, and then you went on another date, and again, not sex, but like meeting up, talking to people, getting coffee, whatever, like actual just 30-minute dates, hour and a half dates at 3 times in the same day, and it's just like, again, it's more of a state of insecurity, not in like you're a bad person, you're a pathetic person, but just like learning about yourself, like learning what type of women you like, or who you're going after, what values you value, stuff like that. But again, I think over the large scale, more people will want to be married. People who say they want to be single are just learning, and again, in a stagnated society of selfish 14-year-olds. But I use a prenup to protect wealth. I don't know, maybe if you're really poor. If I lost every penny I had today, I would be infinitely wealthy tomorrow. For the average broke billionaire like Mark Cuban, would I use a prenup if I only had a measly $4.5 billion? Probably. Like, I don't see why that would be a problem. Like if I had a roommate or something, just a roommate, and I bought something, I don't expect them to be able to take it. And now and again, marriage is like, we work hard together, we're a union, we build it up together, but nah. So I don't think, like, I would, if someone used a prenup against me, I would not find that offensive. If I was absolutely dirt poor like Mark Cuban, I might use a prenup. But like, for me personally, nah, because again, you can't take my money, you can't pay me. So no need for me there. If we break up and you want half my wealth and it's, again, undefined, okay, you want a couple $1 billion, no problem, here you go. Have a nice day. How does maturity affect marriage? The desire to be married. Again, that's what I was just saying. Insecurity to maturity. More people that are single, even just finding themselves, are going to be the sexual conquistadors, going on lots of dates, being the womanizers. But marriage, and again, they talk about like getting married in like the Dominican Republic or someplace where they don't have to pay alimony or something. Well, be a man, guys. Just go make more fucking money. Why are you guys so poor? They talk about the 6 rule, 6 foot, 6 inches, and 6-figure income. So 6 foot, tall, 6 inches on the meat, on the penile length, on the girth. How about girth though? We need girth measurements. And 6-figure income. Yeah, and they're talking about like that's like the top 1% of males, or like the top tippy top of the male dating pool. Definitely 6 foot. Dude, is my dick 6 inches long? If I ever measured my dick, I feel like I have in high school. I think I'm 5.5. 5.5, very, very average, respectable. Not a shrinky wiener, not a big wiener. Just full disclosure for any ladies out there. 6-figure income, yeah, nobody can pay me. Check. Rounding up on the 6 inches. It's not how big the tools are, it's how you use them. That was funny, being the top 2%. Every bad bitch wants a top 1%er man. Yep. I'm on a verified profile on Tinder. No matches. Literally no matches. No actual fucking dates in probably 8.5 years, and I try every single day, legitimately. So that's all good stuff. Boss bitches attitudes for males and females is genuinely fucking hilarious. But they're just talking about, again, boss bitches is more biologically and sociologically the response of, again, females trying to be the providers, and again, males and females can provide, but for reproductive reasons, having periods, women haven't been able to have day-to-day lives since like the past, I don't know when tampons were invented, but like 100-ish years, give or take. So it's really, again, reflection of the 7% species maturity, and then boss bitches, prove themselves to the world, which is the same thing as, Patrick Bet-David saying, I'm going to go, Papa, I think is what he calls his father, but, the world's going to know your name. So it's like, it's literally the same attitude, right? The behavior. The reproductive organs are different, but the behavior is pretty much dependent on the sentiment of the species. But anyway, it's genuinely fucking hilarious, because then you go on LinkedIn and it's like, I'll get messages from people like, this dude named Scott messaged me the other day, like, are you working on building other streams of income? As I'm literally posting, open to investments. Just jump on my Google Calendars and sign up for a 30-minute business coaching meeting. Sure, let me load up my gun and just blow my head off first. But how about the origins of mansplaining? And this is kind of coming from the dark horse, but again, mansplaining. A man explaining something obvious to a female because he's a man. But it's really, again, that's more, the origins of that is more of male insecurity. Not even insecurity, but just, again, aloofness. Oh, how this damsel in distress couldn't possibly understand what my humongous brain has figured out. Let me explain it to you. And then they say the same shit, less specific, and you're like, yeah, got that. Check. But mansplaining, I would say, is the base of aloofness, more so than insecurity even. Just being gullible, being stupid. ... Sex as a reward and insecurity is my biggest turnoff. Me personally and any mature person in general. Meaning, if you were in a healthy, respectful relationship, you're gonna be fucking. But, again, when I'm talking about everyone till the age of like 35 is a whore, it's like, again, for females, if you swoon me, you get the big prize of pounding these flaps. My moist flaps, you can penetrate at when you have so impressed me so. It's like, okay, yeah, everyone fucks, get over yourself, bitch. But insecurity in general is, again, just my biggest turnoff. Like, I don't process it. Like when I'm talking about math and physics and everything intellectual, and then a girl does that, it's like I can't actually fucking follow it. But in general, males are more word salad mansplainers than females, in my experiences, in terms of just meeting other people. Again, I haven't been on a date in 8 years. I haven't really dated, super virgin, gotten one blowjob in my life. Again, shout out Abby. They talk about 50 Shades of Grey. I watched the book or the movie, not read the book. I watched the movie, probably I think there's like 2 or 3 of them. I watched for sure 2, maybe all of them, however many there are, but probably 2 years ago, well after the hype of this stuff. And I was just dumbfounded. The one scene that sticks out from 50 Shades of Grey is when she's first signing up. And for anyone who doesn't know, I mean, most people would probably know, but this big billionaire guy is just starting to date this girl, and they just explore their sexual development. But he's like a sexual contract, and she says no to anal fisting and to vaginal fisting. I just remember in that scene thinking, it's like, this is what all the 13-year-old girls are like going viral over? Like, what? Like, my nigga Katanji, like, what? What? So I was absolutely fucking dumbfounded at that. Did not think it was a good movie. It was just, again, weird sexual fringes and people getting like, oh, excuse me. We gotta be equality. DJ, yeah. I'm a real professional here. You know how we do here at the Language Litigation Integration Part 108 podcast. The PBD has been married for 12.5 years. And he says, we're going to take it 1 year at a time at his wedding. Which, again, weird Patrick Bet, that's a weird fucking thing. I get where you're coming from, that's kind of weird shit. Yeah, here's a union for the rest of our lives. We're going to take it 1 year at a time because we're going to be realistic human beings. I get it, but it's like just kind of like weird shit to say. So, I don't know. Patrick Bet David, again, has struck me as a pretty weird dude. Not necessarily weird, but again, just underdeveloped. Everybody's 14. And Patrick has some money, so... He says, or I don't know who said this, but I think it's the Fresh and Fit. Be fit, ambitious, well-spoken, good with money to be the complete package. Or that's me paraphrasing something. Yep, and then they talk about Tinder and Instagram for dating, and Instagram being the biggest dating app, meaning DMs. Because I have not been on Instagram in several years, strictly because I got tired of posting up work that is, again, being legally stolen from me, and then nobody supporting it at all, after I spent 15 years playing games all day with people who refuse to raise their children to have any values. So that's the reason I'm off Instagram. But be fit, ambitious, well-spoken, good with money to be the complete package. Yeah, think I checked that off. Julia Borston, they're starting to look a lot more attractive in their late 20s. Apparently not, still on Tinder, no dates, no matches, no conversations. None. Sweet. Yep, Eric Weinstein, it's way better to have a sexual partner, have a wife that's also into academic research. But again, I can't get into the academic circles literally whatsoever, or the music circles. Again, I'm not a musician either, until you guys let me. So again, you push me out because my competence offends your potential to have breeding rights, and my return is I don't get to date at all. At all. None. Ever. Never. Super never. Never, ever, never, ever, never, ever. Never. Sweet. But... do I care about sexual body counts? I don't know, within reason, probably not. Like if you had like 100 maybe, I don't know, that sounds like a lot to me. Again, I have 0. I don't know what a normal sexual body count is. But again, if it'd just be a reflection of of your own personal insecurity, which would be off-putting, not the actual sex. Do you have a disease? No. Do I care you fucked before? No. Just no. And do I care about the gender of my kids? Again, a lot of people like fathers want sons. Literally 0% at all. Do not care at all. Would love to have kids. Would love to have a family. I'll take whatever I can get. They talk about falling in love. What is that? It's just a state of respect in terms of sex. It's a sexual partner. Falling in love is just, again, the person you see your future with. When you have a relationship and you start imagining tomorrow with them, you know what you're gonna do. Go to this museum, go on this walk, go on this hike, go buy a couch together. That's love in the practical sense. Preparing future, having hope together. So falling in love is seeing your future with somebody else and enjoying it. Last part from this podcast, having girls attracts other girls. Do I agree? Why or why not? Yes, more so of it's like a vetting system. Oh, this dude's got a girl. She's pretty cute, coming from a girl's perspective. She's pretty attractive. So why can't I have that? Why can't I compete for that? Why can't I have someone as good as that? Or, this female went through that vetting process and she's with him. So he's got to be somebody who's good with women or a good mate. So I think why does having girls attract other girls? I think it's a vetting process along with social status. So I do agree. Now number 137 with Leon Cooperman. So now talking points for Patrick Bet-David, number 137 with Leon Cooperman, who's got a net worth of $2.5 billion and 78 years old. He's in the process of giving it all away. The harder you work, would I give away a bunch of money? Yeah. If I had a whopping $2.5 billion, it depends. If it's getting shit done, yeah, I would give it away. If it doesn't get shit done, absolutely not. I don't care how many people upvote on Reddit. Oh, the top 1% increased, or 0.01% increased their wealth by $3 trillion and everybody else can't make minimum wage. Yeah, well, go do something, you lazy fuck. Just go outside, go make a friend, go do something, start some YouTubes. Do your YouTubes, everybody YouTubes. That's what I say, and I do my YouTubes. The harder you work, the luckier you get. Leon Cooperman. True if you're not a scapegoat. Then you work hard, you hate yourself all day. You're in this complete stagnation state where it's not hard to get stuff done. Like literally impossible for me to get mentally fatigued. Like I literally don't have to read books anymore. And that sounds like a mythical creature, but it's true. It's provably true. It's on your desk. It's on everyone's desk all day. But the harder you work, the luckier you get. Not entirely. At 13:15, PBD cuts off Leon Cooperman because he wasn't sure where he was going. Leon Cooperman says, "You broke my train of thought." Again, I forget exactly what they're talking about, but I watched this probably 4 or 5 days ago. But again, Patrick Bet-David's always, that's what I'm talking is underdeveloped. If it doesn't sound like capitalism is the greatest thing ever, and capitalism isn't well defined, the ability to have private property, sure, but that can go a lot of different political structures can do that. But you can just see Patrick Bet-David's Leon. He doesn't know where Leon Cooperman's going. He just doesn't know, so he cuts him off and says something to limit the conversation. Again, that has happened with 100% of people that I have ever met, ever. Again, still ever and always. Should you give money to your children? Certainly if you have it enough to have basic financial stability, absolutely. Again, I sit here every single day worried about every single penny I've ever spent because I have no ability to make my own fucking money. I have financial stress from everybody. Since it's now my time in life to go provide for myself, which I would love to do. This is my 420 YouTubes. Oh, no, I think it's 421, but nice. I forgot to say that in my last one. It was my movie review from yesterday. But I would give money to my children enough so they could be certainly financially stable, and then if they have, again, they've showed ambition. If I had billions of dollars and my kid needed $100K to start a business and he's actually working on it, I would absolutely do it. I'd make him start it. Like get stuff done, put it on the business deck, get some sales, do this thing. I'm a grassroots entrepreneur. I've done everything under the sun there is to do to build a business. So I'd make them, show me the actions first, and then I would certainly support it after that, 100%. And then like housing and stuff I would provide for certainly. Living minimal as a billionaire, I drive a Hyundai. Hyundai, I don't even know if that's the right pronunciation. Why? I just think that's fucking stupid. Again, if you really like the Hyundai car, but shit. I've been watching The Wire and they keep saying that, so I keep saying that. Shit. I love saying that. But why? You're not helping the environment. Whether you pay $20,000 for a car, $200,000 doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't affect electric versus gas. I don't really see it as a big environmental concern. So living minimal or even like as a billionaire, I just don't get it. I don't get what the point. Because what the psychology is, again, they're motivated to start a business to like prove themselves or to have some identity or start something, and they get the money, and now they're still doing the same thing, so they want to be, they want to give back, right? That's the natural progress, right? We all experience the same things. Most people don't become billionaires. And so it's like, then that happens while everyone else who can't make $10 million is jerking off like, how the fuck do I make more money so I can buy a bigger house and then do nothing with it, right? Everything I want for my money I want with, besides, again, if I had actual luxury, I'd be buying nice shit just to have nice shit. Because again, I made 400 plus YouTube videos before I upgraded my camera with $600,000 of cash. Does it do something new, right? My camera can record longer now. It still says 4K. I'm not sure if I'm in the wrong shooting mode, but it says like 2180 4K MP4, but it doesn't say 4K on the YouTube when I look at it. So I don't know, but it records longer. So it does something functionally better for what I'm doing. So again, I was even thinking again, but then at the upper ends, $1,000, $3,000, $5,000 for a camera or for a camcorder. Again, maybe like I sit here, my camera's on a tripod. It's not like I need to, have some super special functionality. But like I wouldn't go over and above to pay the $3,000 or the $3,000 to $5,000 camera if it doesn't do anything more beneficial, right? So it's just like buying functionality. Recession versus depression, what's the difference? Again, I didn't look it up. We'll come back to that when I'm Googling it. What drives Vladimir Putin? Is it pride? Patrick Bet-David says that. Nope, it's being an insulated child. He genuinely thinks he's doing the right thing for his countrymen. Patriotism versus humanism is absolutely out the window. Speciesism. But is it pride? No, it's underdevelopment. From Vladimir, from Patrick, from everybody else in the entire world. What is a depression? Reading the first definition I get, an economic depression is a period of sustained long-term downturn in economic activity in one or more economies. It is more severe economic downturn than a recession, which is a slowdown in economic activity over the course of a normal business cycle. So a depression is a more severe recession. Vlad Putin is driven by insecurity. I voted for Biden because it was a vote against Trump. End quote. Leon Cooperman. Then don't fucking vote. If over our whole history of 200 and some odd years, the average voter participation is barely over 50%, maybe that's democratic. Maybe people say that doesn't do anything. Now that's an exaggeration, because the 50% of people who don't vote are still pretty fucking stupid. So people have to educate themselves. Change yourself, change your group, change the world. Change the world, clean up your own backyard first. Something like that. It's a quote somewhere out there. But I hate when people say shit like that. Don't vote it. Giving versus investing. And again, business owners and thinkers and mathematicians are more influential than politicians by infinity amounts. Giving versus investing. Again, if giving is productive, I would give away. I would tend to invest away, but again, people can't pay me, so there's no things to invest in, like literally, actually. So I'll be giving away, again, not even most of my money. I'm not gonna run out. Fucking broke motherfuckers. Shit, get out of here. Why do people want to get rich? Patrick Bet-David, efficiency. I just kind of cover the process. Initially, it's really personal freedom past your basics, but then it's creating an environment, creating a legacy, creating something that people use or that establishes yourself within the species. And then Leon Cooperman says you want to be right. Again, I'm assuming meaning his business progress, validating his ideas. I don't want to be right. I'm a scientist. I observe the world. I identify inefficiency, and then I create solutions. Do I want to be right? Right or wrong? Good or bad? Evil or heaven or hell? Let's grow up. There are no miracles, Leon Cooperman. Miracles are substantially unpredicted. Right? Miracles in the genuine sense of something, in the genuine sense would be breaking the laws of physics. That can't happen. That did happen. That's a miracle. Or it's just really unpredicted. Like me getting a girlfriend. That would be a miracle. That would actually be a real life fucking miracle. But in the logical sense, miracles are substantially unpredicted. Anytime someone says, wow, that's a miracle. So that's the end of the podcast. I thought it fit well with the What is a Woman with my nigga Katanji. I only said the N-word 3 times this episode. That's pretty good. So again, I'm already canceled. I have 42 subs. Back up to 42 subs. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Again, I'm gonna hit 500 YouTube videos before 50 subscribers. Bet. Everyone's stealing my research. No one gives a fuck. A couple more random talking points. A 14-year-old dies after falling from a ride in Orlando, Florida. Atrocious. Again, there'll probably more information come out about it, but they had some clip on there, and there was another. I would prosecute this as a child. 14-year-old goes, shoots up a school. I would process that as an adult. You fall off a carnival ride, and in the video, one of the girls next to him sitting there, she's like, someone screams out, "Did they check the seatbelt?" And she initially goes, "Nope." And so, failure of duty, 14-year-old dies. Good job. You forgot to do your basic carnival ride job. All those hardworking Americans, and now you murdered a child, or you neglected until a child died. Negligent homicide. That's a child. 14-year-old falling off a carnival ride, that is a child. Josh Mandel and Mike Gibbons debate gets heated while being booed. A richly funny clip. I think they're running for the Senate here in Ohio, but Mike Gibbons, he's for the Republican Party. He's a Trump guy. Josh Mandel's a hardworking Marine. Mike Gibbons is like probably 55, 60 to 65. Probably 60 to 65. Josh Mandel's probably 35 to 40. But I didn't watch the whole thing. I just watched the news coverage of it. But it was like Gibbons said something to the effect of Josh Mandel has never worked in the private sector. To which point Josh Mandel has served 2 tours in Afghanistan and Iraq, which I've seen on it, I don't know which one, but on his campaign. And so he gets up in Mike Gibbons' face, he's like literally like a UFC weigh-in, like they might actually throw down. So that'd be pretty cool. I don't know, fist fights between the Senate candidates, that'd be like mix up the game a little bit. But gets up in his face and keeps going saying, "Say I didn't work. 2 tours. Say I didn't work. Say I didn't work. America. So, again, 2 lovely candidates here in Ohio. And they both look like fucking goofs. Not goons. But I thought that was actually a pretty funny clip. And then finally, the Oscars are on tonight. As you can tell from my channel, I like watching movies, reviewing movies. So I'll be taking notes on that, seeing who wins what, and my thoughts on the next Casual Conversation episodes. We'll be reacting to the Oscars. So that's what I have for you today. Again, always keeping it 100% professional. Shit, like I always do. But thank you for watching Language, Litigation, Integration Part 108, Casual Conversations 40. Go enjoy the Oscars. And again, I haven't been in any movies. But again, Billie Eilish is performing, somebody else is performing. I wish I could, again, maybe one day I will have the discipline to sit down and learn a musical instrument. Maybe I'll have the discipline to learn about my own body so I can sing one day. One day, I'm gonna keep working. See you on the next episode.